Jeff Brink, owner of Brink's Land Improvement, working here with our lead arborist, Travis Ray.
Travis Ray, lead arborist, lead climber, working on the McKenzie River, taking out hazard trees.
Yeah, we won this project late last year after the holiday farm fire, removing all the hazard trees that are a danger to the traveling public within 1.5 trees. We've been running the crane crew, mostly taking out hazard trees that can't be felled from the stump, so Travis has been on that crew the last 5 months. And then we're doing a lot of the chipping and material handling on all the rest of the crews and technical removals. Today we were out here doing a couple big fir tree removals across the river from the McKenzie Highway. They were 7 feet plus on the base, in excess of 230 feet for each of them.
Old growth trees.
And they were ones that were
hard lean, out over the river, potential to strike the highway, even though the highway is 150, 180 feet away.
Yeah, so they were
Big
ones
trees
that we could not cut from the stump. If we did, we would block the whole McKenzie River and then shut the highway down. So we gave the owner a few options. We had a K-Max here, helicopter working anyways, for Suulutaaq. Suulutaaq is the prime contractor that we're working with. And they were doing all the steep logging that we couldn't access from the ground, so we put a plan together to just take the top half out of these trees and leave them as habitat trees for ospreys and general stuff like that. So we hiked in early this morning, all our gear, me, Travis, Will shipping, and then John Dickinson of John Dickinson Cutting. And there was one we could cut from the ground, and the other two we shot lines in, and then
shot lines in, ascended up, got all our lifelines all set up, and took the tops out of the trees so that when the helicopter came in, we didn't have any potential overhead hazards to impact us, which worked out pretty well. Pick capacity was minimal in comparison to how big these trees were, so we had a good crew and everybody had communication, and we talked through it based on, you know, diameters and limbs, and made sure everything was safe and within our capacity so that we could do it all safely and lay it down in the appropriate area.
Yep. We did some test picks yesterday. This K-Max was rated at 6,000 max, so we tried to keep our picks between 3,000 and 4,000 pounds. Aaron was on the ground with Swanson Aviation calling out log weights. We had logging tapes up there, so we'd take a diameter at the top, and then he'd tell us how big of a piece to take and whether it had branches or not would affect that weight. So the helicopter would fly into us, and if we already had slings, we'd hook up. And a lot of times it was so loud, we'd kind of call it in for each other because we were a couple 100 feet away. Stay connected, line up, and come tight on the rigging sling, and then we'd rappel down with our logging tape in it, and that would tell us how big of a piece we were going to take. At that point, we'd throw our climbing lanyard around the tree, disconnect our climb line, it'd come down to us, throw it around a branch or around the stem as a second point of attachment, and then radio to the pilot that we're going to start our face cut and put our face notch in 2/3 of the way, pull it back out, and then just come in from the backside for an even snap cut, and he'd fly it away.
Yep, worked out really nice.
Yep, so it was a real pleasure being out here. I think it's a real testament to a team effort. You know, we were up the tree, but Will and John on the ground, and then all the coordination with Aaron, the pilot at Swanson. They are the best at their trade, and without having the best at their trade in each niche of this project and in this particular operation, it just wouldn't have been a success. So
high potential for failure.
Yep. So it was an honor taking the tree out in a way that wouldn't impact the environment. We didn't have to close the river down to boaters or anything like that. So
a few boaters float by.
We just
while we were working.
As they went by, and
yeah, we waited for them, and it was definitely a unique experience.
Yep. So big thanks to Suulutaaq. They're the prime contractor. They've hired almost all local Lane County employees, and then Swanson is local to the northwest. Big thanks to Swanson Aviation with their K-Max. They've got several, and then smaller A-Stars, so they work all over the world really, and they've been excellent to work with. As far as taking it away from me,